What's up, everybody? Happy Friday.
Happy
Mastermind
Friday.
with sub 2 leaders.
I'm excited. I feel like it's been a minute.
Yeah, we were on last week, right? And it's just been sporadic before that. Yeah, we were on last
Now we can be more consistent.
and it's just been sporadic before that.
Carly, your audio.
Are you watching? Are you watching me as well?
Carly, your audio.
Are you watching? Are you watching me as well?
Carly, your audio.
Are you watching? Are you watching me as well? This is awesome. How is this happening? Hold on. This is awesome. How is it happening? Wait, maybe it's me. Hold on.
I don't think it's me, but don't unmute yet. Not me. Today's Mastermind sponsored by LOI Blaster, loiblaster.com.
Okay, Mike, it's you.
It's me?
Let me mute you. Hold on. I don't know how this would happen, but okay, Mike, it's you. Let me mute you. Hold on. I don't know how this would happen, but okay, Mike, it's you. Let me mute you. I don't know how this would happen, but okay, it's you.
Hi, guys. You're both muted. This is great. Do you have another window open, Myron or Mike? Okay. Can you mute YouTube? There you go.
I found it. It was me the whole time. Sorry, Mike. I'm like, no, I don't have YouTube open. I didn't do that, but I did. It was me. It was 100% me.
Mike, you're muted too.
Sorry.
By design.
That's funny. Carly's probably panicking like, was it me?
It was totally me, Carly, the whole time. I had YouTube open on the backside. I was like, no, I don't. I don't have that open, but I did.
That's what happened to me the first time. We got it. I restarted my computer. I'm like, what's going on?
Carly went up to the mic. She's like, can you hear me?
Hello. This thing on.
What's going on, guys? It does feel like it's been a long time.
It does.
I know, since at least the four of us were on here together.
Mm-hmm.
It has been.
Agreed. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Myron, how you doing? You staying busy?
Yeah, it's a lot of scheduling stuff, you know, like this Zoom. I was like, man, this Zoom, I really like this Zoom, but should we keep doing this? And Carolyn's like, you need to go do it. I'm like, okay, yeah, I need to keep doing this because like someone mentioned to me like 2 days ago, hey, I saw you on the Mastermind sub 2 Zoom. I was like, whoa. Okay. So it's really been, Mike, a lot of scheduling stuff recently because I'm working with Lonza. I want to keep doing this. Stuff's kind of like popping off. Leads are coming in, right? So just like staying busy and learning to schedule myself, basically.
Time block.
Yeah.
I know. I feel you. It's easy to be like, oh, should we let this go? Because it is so busy. But I think it is helpful for at least us and other people that are watching. I hear so many people comment on it.
I think it's also a great way to kind of finish up the week for a lot of us. You know, it's a nice kind of break from the chaos for a little bit, and I get to see my closest friends. So
Yay!
it's always
I mean-
the first time each week that I get to see Dawn too.
Oh my God, stop it.
Dawn doesn't ever turn on her video.
At this point though, it's because there's someone on our team that constantly like will nitpick on it, and so I just do it or not do it and just leave my camera off to annoy them. So that's why.
Is it Mike that you're trying to annoy?
I mean him too, but you know, that's just me. I
There
mean,
should be a feature though where you can be on video for some people and not for others.
Yeah.
ooh, Carolyn wants to come.
Carolyn, do we get to have both Brileys on here?
No, she wants to go to the Dumbo dial.
Oh, the Dumbo dial. Yes.
Oh. That no
Oh.
longer exists.
Our-
Or the whatever it is.
Our team Zoom? Yeah.
Yeah.
Carolyn, you are always welcome. Always.
Carolyn can be your guide. I just met with Carolyn and she did my human design reading.
She did mine too.
Isn't it so good? Was it just like made everything clearer?
Yeah, I was sitting there. She was probably like, I don't know what she's thinking because she's so quiet. And in my brain, I'm like, this is freaking nuts because it was so spot on with everything. And then little clicks of like, oh, okay, that totally makes sense. So it was very eye-opening and kind of reassuring at the same time because you question yourself about a lot of things. And am I doing this right? Am I going against myself? All of those things. And so it was really, really interesting to see. And yeah, I think everyone should do it.
I do too. Go to Carolyn's. Carolyn, you should put your link in here. It's on her. I know it's on her Instagram and her link in bio. And she's the best. She is a great gift.
Her
Carolyn
Instagram is at Carolyn.Briley.
Myron and Carly, can I ask you guys a question?
Of course.
You don't want to ask me? Like, dang.
No. So let me, I'm gonna, as Pace says, give me a little runway, but it's not gonna be a 45-minute runway. So here's, okay. So you guys both have spouses that are in sub 2, correct? And my wife is now my partner in sub 2, and sub 2 has kind of felt like it's my little, niche, right? It's sort of like sub 2 kind of ends at that door for me, right? So, I mean, it's tattooed on me, as everyone knows, but
It is?
yeah, you haven't seen it?
No?
Okay, next time I'll show it to you.
I had no idea.
Yeah,
Is it
Carly,
really?
no.
Oh.
it's not a tattoo; it's a brand. You like the
Yellowstone. Let's do it.
yeah. So I guess sorry, my question is: tell me, give me some advice from a spousal perspective on how to handle your spouse being involved in your real estate world. I know that Carolyn and Myron, you guys work very, very closely together. And is Alex doing any real estate right now, Carly?
What's funny is, I don't know if you'd heard this story. Pace likes to tell people I thought he was a scam. And my husband joined sub 2 after watching him on the YouTubes, late night YouTube watching. Didn't tell me, joined sub 2. And now like he's in it, but I'm the main person now. But I've come from a marketing background. So how is your wife? Is she like, I think this is kind of how does she feel about it? Because I was like, what is this? This guy's a great marketer. Like, he's just I didn't get what it was. And I was just like, he just wasted money.
My wife
What's
comments.
her point of view?
She comments on how it's interesting now that she can kind of see the sub 2 Facebook group chat. She comments on how interesting it is that everyone's so close and tries to help each other and works together as opposed to competes with each other. I think she probably thinks I'm in a cult, but I think that that's going to change as she sees more and more of, you know, kind of behind the scenes.
You know what's interesting, and I'm going to point this out, is that his wife Lauren is a combination of Carly, Carolyn, and Elena. All
I
in
love
one.
her. Can we
Yeah.
meet her?
You guys would get
I
along
love her
very well.
already.
So
Can you bring her around so we can be friends with her?
I'll think about it.
oh my god, I'm gonna
Please.
text her right now and be like, hey, go
Yes,
to
I
the
want to come on here. Yeah, I think you should. I that was my first thing. I said the same thing. I was like, what's the catch here? Why is everyone so nice? Like, is this a cult? You know, like I didn't know what it was. What are they going to want next? That was my first thing. And then she'll get over it and realize that it's really a great thing.
I think what I've come to realize is how supportive it all is, and I love that. Right? Yeah, I mean, Jose's right. That's why I kind of don't want her to. And Dawn's exactly right. She's a combination of Carolyn, Carly, and Elena in a lot of ways.
I love her.
And she's so much better than I am at everything. So, you know, I think Mike's going to go bye-bye and Lauren's going to be the new thing.
That's what happened to Alex. He's like, you've stolen all my friends. He's just working now, so he's not really into it. But
I sent
that
her a
will-
text.
tell her
Are
to
you
come in.
serious?
Yeah.
Tell her to come and say hi. I want to meet her.
Oh, she left the house. He timed this. That's why he did it. He timed it.
Let's see where she is.
Mike, what does she want to do? Does she know yet?
So my wife's background is as a clinical psychologist, and what she used to do is she used to work in the Veterans Affairs, like VA hospitals, and she would work primarily with combat PTSD, highly lethal types of people. It was very, very high, very intense work, and so she last year luckily got out of that and was able to, you know, maybe try something new. But I think what she's really interested in is kind of seen from a not even a psychological perspective, but more from like a mental perspective, what we're all kind of like. I think she naturally thinks about, you know, the roadblocks that are stopping us from getting to where we want to be. And I think that's probably why Dawn says that she's more like a lot like Elena in some ways.
Like, yeah, her train of thought for sure. Like those two think very similarly, personality wise and energy. Totally Carly. But
love
with
her.
Carolyn, she's also has this like really critical thinking and can step back and the observer, and you know, but when she says something, it really sticks. So
Awesome.
She's also a smoke show too, which is great.
I want to meet her. Why have you been gatekeeping her?
I think she's just watering the plants outside. I don't even think she's.
no, she left. She said she left.
Look, I'm on Find My Phone here. And she is clearly within the vicinity.
Does she want to like respect your respect your space? I want to say that. Like Mike has his thing, this is his thing. And if I come in, I don't want to take it. I want to make my own thing. Maybe not.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, I'll put it this way. I think it was 3 or 4 years ago that she learned what a mortgage was. So she's not exactly a real estate mogul in any way. She picks up on things very, very quickly, but I think that she knows that my space is on the real estate side. Her space is much more on, let's get into your brain and figure out kind of how we can get you to the next level. That's kind of where she's coming from.
Carolyn and I are obviously very different people. And so like the things, I move way faster than she does. Like if we were asked to do the same thing, she would think about it and like feel about it and whatever. And I'm not talking crap. That's just how she is. And I would be like, okay, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Let me just get this done. Okay. And it'd be done I'd start it right away. She would wait to start, kind of look at it, talk, maybe call Dawn or call Carly and say, hey, I have this thing to do. Da, 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 da.
You know our secret? Dang it.
Like, well, I called Dawn about this. We were talking. And I called Carly.
Her board of directors.
And
That's right.
She very much depends on the board of director. Not depends, but wants that. And I, if it's something huge, I'll do that too. But if it's just like a thing to do, I'll just do it. And so because of that, I'm going somewhere too. But like because of that, we've learned to kind of like do the same thing, but do different things. Right. So like she's much more into like capital raising, relationship building. Right. She does like human design stuff. Right. So I think if I were going to say anything is like, don't even have her decide on what to do. Just like start meeting people, and whatever that is will kind of naturally come and say, hey, maybe you could help people like break down their business or whatever she's interested in. What's cool is like, we can literally do whatever. Like Elena got, I don't even like a year and a half worth of Zooms. I don't remember how long it was, just for mindset. Right. So
yeah,
I think it's super cool. When's the date that she arrives? When she, today or
she's technically arrived, I guess, but yeah, one thing that I think that she's going to want to kind of see the landscape of it. I texted her and she hasn't responded yet, but I know that she's outside the back. Yeah, I think that, and I think that kind of brings up a good point, because I think that when people do join Sub 2 now, just because it is very different than when all of us joined, it's a lot bigger, right? It's like at least 3 times bigger.
Yeah.
I think it's got to be intimidating for people to come in and try to find their way. And I know that resources are in place, there are CSMs and there are Zooms and intro things and things like that. But I think trying to find your way is a big thing. I can imagine people would struggle with something like that, right? Carly, I'm sure you see that a lot.
Absolutely. I struggled too, because I was like, I don't know what this is. I thought Pace was a wholesaler. And I was like, I don't give a shit about that. Now I'm wholesaling, which is ironic. But, I think Dawn, don't get me started. Dawn, turn off your camera. This is going to turn into a laughing fest with Dawn and I if I watch her laugh. I'm just kidding. You don't have to. But I like what Myron said, or whoever said it, where you're just like, get in there and just find her area, like find her place. I think especially, I would love for like all of us to get together, and especially because you're like, she's such a combination of like Carolyn, Carly, and Elena. I feel like we would have a good, look who's here.
Hi, Carolyn.
I think
Hi.
she needs to find her way. I'm glad you're here.
I'm gonna sneak on for a minute.
Yay.
How are the kids doing? How's summer going for all you guys with the kids around?
It's going fun. It's going well. It's always interesting balancing them being at home and still having to do your normal things you need to do. I was on like a bookkeeper meeting for an hour and a half today, and the kids are like, we want to go swimming. We want to go do this. We want to do that. I'm like, this is where I need to split myself into 2 people.
I know.
So it's that. But usually they'll be at gymnastics camp or something all day long. So they're getting active and getting out. And I think they miss it today, but we decided to give them a couple of rest days. Anyway, it's going fun. Exactly.
Same. I was in a meeting today with 2 sellers, and I'm like, the girls, decided to give themselves a bath, and then they walked behind me like butt naked. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. And then I start smelling burnt chocolate out in the kitchen. And they're like, we wanted to make chocolate sauce. So they put chocolate chips in a plastic bowl and put it in the microwave for 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
I need to split myself into two. That's exactly how we are though. Like
that's fire-worthy right there.
don't call CPS on me.
arsonists.
I know.
No way. No one's calling CPS.
But I feel you on that.
Mom.
CPS stands for Carly's parenting skills, by the way.
Carl's.
That was good.
Here we go.
And I'm signing off now.
Here we go. It's just going to be a
Go
laugh
up.
fest again.
I know I always come on and like steer the boat another direction.
I love it.
Myron, how are things going with the LOI blaster? What's new there?
Good. Everything's going good. A lot of the support tickets it's not so many a day now. There's going to be another challenge on the 1st of July-ish. I heard that it's another LOI blaster challenge, but we'll see. We're doing 3 Zooms a week, and it's getting better. It's getting slowly, like it's a lot of Google training, right? Just how to use Google in general. And that's kind of been if that's the biggest thing, then I think we're doing okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really exciting. I've heard a lot of positive feedback from people on it. You guys are killing it.
Cool. Good.
Yeah, we've had a lot of people reach out to us looking for help on closing, things like that. So
Yes.
people are doing it. It's great.
Nice.
Good.
Yep.
Carly, by the way, if you fill out my form,
Oh, I need to do that. Can you
you
send
can
it?
get on the list.
Oh, I'll get on my. I'll do it
Mike
as
was
we
like
talk.
one of the first ones, and he got on the list, and that's how he's getting leads.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go fill it out right now as we're talking. I want to be on that list. How's that going? Are you guys closing deals?
We're working on it. I think that some of the people that I'm working with are newer, and so I'm explaining to them what a lead is and what a lead isn't. Right.
Yeah.
So I've had I think today I had someone bring me an auction lead, a bankruptcy lead, and then something that was owned by home investors. So, it's just teaching them again, right? What's a lead, what's not a lead, and then when is a good time to kind of push themselves into a place of discomfort versus when they bring someone else in to back them up. So, learning process, I think, for everybody, but everyone's doing great.
And I think it's also kind of the same thing we dealt with before of people with the lead situation is, okay, cool, I have a lead here, call it. It's like, no. No. You need to call it and then warm it up. I'm like, okay, well, I called it, so it's a lead, right? No, like you have to figure out exactly what the situation is so that we can go in and close it because we need information. So what was the situation that you had earlier this week, Mike? Someone brought you a lead and I can't remember. It was, why would I call this for some reason? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. The lead, quote unquote, was someone who, it was an agent who responded and said, yeah, our sellers are adamantly against doing sub 2. They will never consider something like this, and nor will I. And then this person sent this to me and said, when can we call this agent? I said, I'm not calling that. Never.
Then they said, okay, well, can we, I'll set up an appointment. Like, no, like this is not an appointment you set.
Yeah.
This is a follow-up for you for later.
Even just for fun, even just for a little.
Well, what I did is I said, I have a friend named Jose who can take that lead. And, and then just kidding, Jose. Jose is great with people who don't want to do anything creative.
Yes.
Should I just tag Jose on all those deals? I got a guy being like, not in a million years. Stop texting me.
Nice.
I had a dollar.
Tomorrow.
He's in Florida. You want to talk to him, Jose? He's a lawyer.
Nope, keep him.
Look at him. He's like wheeling away. No.
Yeah.
The thing
He's like, I
during,
regret coming
during
on.
our Zooms, I'm not going to teach wholesale or sub two. Right. And so I think that's the thing is like people are wanting me to like, okay, well, what's the script when I call the agent? Like, you need to connect with a sub two student and they will tell you what the script is. They'll tell you basically what to do. Like I can't ruin both worlds. Right. And so that's why I had that list. Right. So Mike, that's a lot of it. Some of the people in there are from the creative group. They are not in sub two. They don't know what's going on. And there has to be that deep level of grace that they are just trying. Right. And so thank you for taking the time with them and teaching. Maybe there's like a Loom or a YouTube video that you could make. I'm sure you already did this, but like this is kind of, if you get a lead, this is kind of the steps 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm a step person, but
so I think that brings up a really good point. I think that I saw it in the Facebook group today or in the past couple of days or so, but someone was telling the story about how Pace and Cody met. And, you know, the value that Cody brought Pace was leads, right? It was like, here's a lead. Cody was the one who was generating the leads and he needed someone to close it.
Mhm.
And Pace came in when it was kind of ready and warmed up, and Pace came in and closed it. And, you know, I think especially for people who are not in sub 2 yet, who are reaching out to on-market low equity opportunities with agents, I think that pairing up with somebody like Jose and Carly and Dawn and Myron and Carolyn is a really, really good idea. Just so you know exactly what to say and you can learn directly from them. But it's kind of like the value that Cody brought Pace, right?
Yeah, and to that point, the leads that Cody had were true leads, right? What people right now, when they use the LOI blaster, are prospects. They don't become a lead until you have that first conversation, right? To figure out the story, investigate a little bit. Then they become a lead or they stay a prospect.
Mhm.
It's always the step that it seems like even before in the other challenge was they forgot that even though they got a list, okay, these are all leads. No, they're prospects. You have to turn them into a lead. You have to see if they even are a lead for them to exist as that.
Mm. Jose, how are you doing with LOI Blaster leads?
People haven't quite, they've wanted me to close, and then I jump in and I get into conversations with them, and they still haven't really started rocking with the blasting. They just kind of want to know what the leads are looking like, if I could get them some leads, and I'm like, yeah, but structure your stuff, get some practice in, get some LOIs out. Because if I give you a list of leads, you want to do it the right way. You don't want to waste the leads. So a lot of people thinking of taking action and not really doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Just honest opinion.
okay, whoa. So they're thinking about taking action, but they're not really doing it because they're not making the calls. Is that what you're saying?
No, just even setting up the LOI itself. I'm like, get with an integrator. It's on the sheet. Just look for
Yep.
somebody. They'll set
Yep.
it up for you. But I'm like, at least you know you've got someone to rely on. I'm here whenever they start flowing. But for me to get that thing started for you, you got to do that on your own. So I send them right back into the tutorials and back to your Kajabi.
Got it.
Myron, what would you say the ratio is of LOI Blaster clients who are creative group versus sub 2?
Bro, it's probably 9. It feels like 90% creative group.
Really?
Maybe higher. Not many sub 2 students. I mean, when I saw Jose in one of the Zooms, I was like, Jose is here.
I'm
Right.
not alone.
Yeah. So it's a lot of brand new, like Gators are in there. Yeah, not many sub 2 students, but that's honestly, I like it because it's just new blood getting into it, right? So I think it's cool. It's providing a lot of opportunity. Like a lot of people are learning, and we can bring them to people like Mike, Jose, Carly. Like, how can we, ramp them up and get them to generate leads, like really generate leads? So if y'all have any feedback from me,
Sure.
how I can do better, like educating, please let me know. Like, hey, Myron, a lot of people they don't know how to do X. Send me a text message or something like that. I would love to do better on that.
Well,
So-
and just hearing that, I was wondering if maybe you have like a Zoom. I know you have the tutorials to put this together, but maybe have a Q&A Zoom where you're going through with everybody step by step.
Yep.
And see if that bridges that.
Yep. Monday mornings. No. Monday nights, Thursday morning, and Saturday morning. I do 3 Zooms a week. Q&A.
That's it?
Yeah, I was gonna do a
That's a
fourth
lot.
and
It's a lot, I know.
Oh, I was like, that's it.
No, that's
Guys,
a
you
lot.
have to know everything that comes out of Mike's mouth is usually him
I know.
joking.
I'm gonna mute myself for a while. Sorry.
No, but it was,
No.
it was a lot because we had so many people coming on at once, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not going to do one-on-ones with all those people, so it needs to be like group calls.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and it was a lot of questions, just like, how do I make a Google folder, right? So that was a lot of it, and I'd say I'll keep going because I want to build out a bit. My goal is to get everybody to send 1,000 LOIs a week.
Nice.
That's the goal.
Do you have like frequently asked questions on your site?
It is a troubleshooting guy. We have a troubleshooting walkthrough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would
Like
it
if you have this problem, this is what you do. Yeah.
okay? But like even as basic as creating a Google Drive,
I was actually thinking that today. Like how to
creating
use
like
Google.
a super basic guide on
How to
These
get
are
a
these
Gmail
things.
account.
have you exactly, because that's probably the majority of bottleneck for a lot of people is, oh, I'm supposed to have a Gmail account. Like,
Yeah.
are you still living in 1995?
Hey, look, don't hurt on people that have a Hotmail account still. I mean,
I
come
probably still
on.
have a Hotmail account. But do I use it? No, I'm out of storage. I'm not paying for more storage on that thing anymore. But okay, back to the point. But like, yes, creating a guide
No,
or
I'm
a
out of-
I'm literally out of storage everywhere I go.
Your phone is out of storage.
Closet,
Your Email is
my
out of storage. I
brain.
know.
Same.
My brain.
like,
My brain.
Speaking of out of storage, don't you guys get annoyed when you call an agent and their voicemail's full and they don't like clear things out? I had
That's my life.
that's me.
Yeah, but you guys aren't an agent.
I am that
so, you know.
person.
I am an investor that has a full mailbox or just does not set one up.
I heard a voicemail today from an agent and she said, my voicemail box is full intentionally. And I was like,
I
Wow.
feel her or him.
Interesting.
I feel them deeply. I do that too. I don't clear them out on purpose. I'm like, text me.
I've been sending them text messages with one sentence broken up into 3 messages,
oh, that's
Ooh.
brilliant.
just to
Yes.
annoy the shit out of them and to get
That
their
was the
attention.
I
biggest
like
fan I've heard
it.
in a long time.
I
Dude,
like it.
damn.
I'm changing my automation right now.
I think there was a baby elephant that we dealt with, Mike, probably around, I don't know, August. And they were getting inundated with so many phone calls and texts that he sent out a text to this agent. And the agent actually sent back some message that was like, the storage on this phone is full. Please do not contact this person again as they will not be able to respond to you due to their storage being full. And then in bold letters, it said F off. I was like, oh, okay. All right.
Okay, then.
But the top of it, you would think, oh, this is an automated message, right? Most people think, you get all those all the time. Up until that point, I was like, you did not.
I think I'm gonna set that up.
Yeah. So.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa. Well, Mike, what do you
Mine-
got brewing, man? What's brewing in the background?
Oh man, it's not even. We're just really busy. We're kind of gearing back up again. We've talked a lot about in this little mastermind group here. We've talked a lot about ways that we can best protect sellers and agents and investors and subject to transactions, and we're kind of implementing that. So we're focusing still on direct agent, ramping back up again, making sure that we're properly communicating how we can safely, ethically, morally do subject to deals. So that's what we're doing. And trying to get Dawn to do a fix and flip up in DFW. That's what I'm really trying to do.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I want to HGTV something. So that's on my mission.
I've been going around with a buddy down here in Austin who is in sub 2, and he does Section 8s, burrs into Section 8s, and he owns about 130 or so in Austin, and he's done that just in the past 2.5 years. He's bought, renovated, refinanced, and now rented them to Section 8 tenants. So he has 130 plus units right now.
Yeah.
And he's finally doing his first fix and flips. So we've been going around checking out those, and he just went under contract on one to reference a pace reference. It's a triple digit flip, which is great. And he has another 7 going on right now. So we're kind of diving into that world a little bit and just seeing what that world's like, and very apprehensively, putting our toe in the water.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Is it going to be direct to seller?
No. I think that the easiest way for us to buy a fix and flip is probably just through a wholesaler. We're not doing any direct to seller right now.
Got it.
Want to, but it's a whole different animal, as we all know.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah. And Jose is going to Italy pretty soon, right?
Yeah, next week. I don't think I'll be able to jump on this one next week, but yeah, I'll be out there.
Are you going to do any work while you're out there? Or are you just going to chill and hang out?
I have no idea how to chill. So yeah, I'll be working. My brain just doesn't shut off. Hopefully I will shut it off for like weekends. I put my Calendly to just be during the week and a couple hours. Like the time is 6 hours ahead of East Coast. So I'd be working like 11 to 1 in the morning over there, end of the day over here. So I figure I'll be okay.
Do you speak Italian?
Now I do. Duolingo's been kicking my ass.
Yeah. That'll be a ton of fun.
Yeah. Yep. Super excited. And then I'm staying a couple weeks after, just backpacking because my daughter's going to come home with my mom, and I'm just going to I'm thinking of going to Croatia. I want to do that.
Nice.
Do it.
Do
I
it.
was just watching a video of someone in Croatia, and I was like, I want to go swimming there.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
It's the summer spot for the Europeans. So I want to be in.
Go do it.
Do it.
We will vicariously live through you.
Mm-hmm.
Put it all on Instagram.
I will. That's why I switched it over. My name right now.
Good.
Go follow my stuff.
Speaking of travelers, where's Luciano these days?
Yeah, where is that man?
I was talking to him last night. He's in the zone right now. So he's building some stuff with his team, and I'm excited for him. I'm glad. I'm like, yeah, get in the lab. You got to do that sometimes. Just disappear and work on your stuff. So he's got some exciting things coming.
He's good at that. I mean it in the sense of like in a good way of like you like hear from him. Oh, hi. He'll come up for air, and then he'll just like go back down in a submarine.
Someone's going to have to put like an Apple tracker on him or something. Like, dude, you alive? Okay, cool.
Just poke him with a stick.
Are you alone? Yeah.
What are you working on, Carly?
Actually, I have something that maybe you guys can help me with. I have these gators that came to me that got into a bunch of investments and they want to sell them creatively. And so I'm like, excellent. They're in great locations, Georgia and Florida. They have 3 places. But here's the catch with them. All of them you can do midterm rental first before the catch. You can do, they're like 6 beds. Like they have, you can do a lot of hosting on there. So there's 6-bed house, there's a duplex one. You can put trailers on there. So there's like a lot of pad split type things or like short-term rentals. They can make a lot of money. They're big properties with big garages and ADUs and stuff. And they got into this, they're dissolving their partnership because they got into these deals and their partner took a bunch of money from them. And I was like, oh, we can help you. But this is the thing. They're all Morby methods with like seller finance. One of them is seller financed $400,000. It's a $1.4 million house. So like $1 million is hard money that expires next year. And they want us to take over all of that. And I'm like, I don't know anybody that's going to come in with $1 million cash to, one, take over your hard money loan or pay it off. So there's a lot like that. And they don't have any money left.
Well,
There's nothing. Is there any way around that? I thought about asking Pace because he's got. It's like send me all the deals that you don't think are deals.
They purchased it as a Morby?
They purchases a Morby, which is like seller finance for a little bit of it, and the majority of them they went and got hard money loans or DSCR loans on them as the Morby part.
how old is the property?
That's a good question. She's gonna send me all the stuff. I wonder if she sent it to me.
Well, because I mean, if you have a house that's worth 1.4 million and then they bought it for 1.4 million, it's like, how long do you have to wait for the next person to come in to get equity?
So can I share my screen? I'll show you guys what it looks like. They look like nice houses. Here's one picture.
If you can Morby a Morby.
And I don't think you can either. So like we want to get the album. Or sorry, I just read.
Only Pace can Morby a Morby.
Yeah, I don't think
Pace
you can Morby a Morby. And who wants to take over a hard money? See, they're nice houses.
They are.
I mean, they're not bad. They just have like 0 equity.
And
is
a
there
balloon
anything?
On the top.
There's 4 of them in Georgia and Florida.
Where's the incentive for the buyer?
So
exactly.
Did they get whoever is selling them, did they get down something when they closed? Did they get paid?
That's what I have to ask. If they get at how that hard money worked, like if they just, I don't know if that guy, like the partner of them, just took all that, if they got paid or what. I have to find out. I just met with them today and they were just sending me information.
Got it. I see. Interesting.
So if you guys think of anything.
4 properties that have DSCR that need to be taken over.
Yeah.
Are paid out.
Yep.
Oh.
And one has hard money.
Why don't they just, if they're on a DSCR, why don't they just refinance them and then sell them? I mean, they could refinance and then put them right on the market. They may lose more money, but
that's why. And then they lose the agent, the commissions, because they're high. They're $1.7 million. So they're big commissions. I'm like, I don't know if there's anything you can do with these.
Or that's about the only thing right now. That's the only thing I could think of is that they need to refinance out the hard money loan to whatever the standard loan is right now, or find a PML that's going to want to come in. But that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money to come in. That's like $1 million cash. And like all my buyers are not, if they have $1 million cash, it's not for one property.
Yeah, but I mean, paying 7% on a mortgage versus paying a hard money lender.
True.
I mean, that's where I would be, is if I'm in that kind of a pickle, whoever wants to get out of it can, and then that one person keeps it in their name until they decide to sell it or find another buyer, and maybe then they can wrap it to somebody.
Yeah.
Why why doesn't the person that Morbied and bought it go back to the seller and ask them to carry some more?
They should.
And now
I think
you've got
one
a
seller
chance.
might. They said one seller would pay the commission fees for the agent.
Commission fees. I'm talking about like 200,000.
Mm-hmm.
I know, but I'm sure I know more than that.
Yeah,
That's a good idea. That's a
They
good
got-
idea.
become more better negotiators,
Yeah,
so that they have a
Exactly.
chance.
good point. So that's my quandary.
How are things going in Gator?
Good. We're getting regional leaders coming up soon.
Oh yeah,
Badass.
You might know some.
I would
I
love
don't.
to.
I
know
can't.
some.
They haven't been announced yet. We have to confirm with all of the leaders. So
Mm.
everything's going good with Gator. How's
That's
everything? Yeah. What else is going on, you guys? What issues do you guys have?
That's
I have
a
some
loaded
FOMO.
question, Carly. Like that's
Let's just spill it.
oh no. I've just been doing a lot of family stuff this week. I helped my sister move last weekend. That was an overhaul. It's always more difficult loading the truck versus unloading it, and I always forget that part. And no one ever leaves enough time to pack. So I show up as the person, okay, Dawn's here, there's the muscle, but then there's nothing for me to move. And I'm like, I have a short term attention span. So trying to pack a whole house, you're gonna get squirrel brain. It's not gonna happen.
Mhm.
So that's what I was doing this past weekend. But what does everybody else got going on this weekend?
We're boring.
I don't know. I don't think we have anything crazy going on this weekend other than keeping sanity.
Yeah, I think when you have
Definitely
kids
not.
home for the summer, Saturdays and Sundays just feel like every other day.
They do.
Carolyn,
It's like, okay, what do we do now?
we should go to Hawaiian Falls and chill in the lazy river and let the kids go.
That would be cute. I like that idea. I like the lazy river. We went there a few years ago and didn't get to go in the lazy river.
Oh.
But now that they're old enough, I feel like they could go in there too.
Yeah, it's not super deep. There's tubes everywhere and life jackets everywhere. So
Okay. That would be cute. Dawn, I think it would also be cool. This is obviously going on a tangent and not necessarily family related, but like meetup wise or like event wise, we should do line dancing.
I want to come.
I'm buying a freaking flight.
would love it. Would love it.
I'll go make a fool of myself.
Yes.
Come on, I'll teach you how to dance.
Vina wants to do it too. She's like, I would totally go line dancing. I'm like, I'll just do it for the outfits. Sure.
Okay, to be clear, the majority of us actually dance, and then there's line dances sprinkled in. So
Okay, that's fine.
I'll teach you
That's
both.
cool.
You can do both.
That's cool.
Perfect.
I just think it would be fun. I think it would
It
be
is
fun,
fun.
like
It's a lot of
a
fun.
community thing to do.
I was really upset that I think it was Cowboys Red River closed. That thing was huge, which is up there in Dallas or was. So I actually know somebody down in Austin who owns Mavericks, which is a dance hall. And he's thinking about having a location up in Dallas, which I'm like, Leo, let's go. Let's do it.
That'd be cute.
It'd be a lot of fun. But yes, I'm always down. And Carly, you're always welcome.
I'm
to come.
coming.
Yes.
Do it. Get over here. All y'all.
Yes.
I
think Joel-
want to do it for the outfits too. I want to be a rhinestone cowgirl.
I knew it.
She would be a rhinestone cowgirl.
Oh man.
Dress up like a giddy up, yeehaw cowgirl.
And then maybe we could invite Lauren and Mike to come up.
Yeah. So when do we get to hang out with Lauren? I like her already.
Soon, hopefully. I mean, look, she's still at the house. I don't know why she's lying to Dawn, but I'll get to the bottom of that here in a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send her a message, be like, I heard you lied to me. So
I screenshotted it. I know exactly where she is.
Got the receipts.
That's right.
I think Joel asked a really good question in the side chat. And he got Myron's name right this time. He said Myron and not moron. Like he did.
Joel, what's up, man? Thank you for putting an eye in there. Are we coming to Pat Hilton's meetup tomorrow? Carolyn, I have no idea what we do.
I don't know what
Carolyn, are
time
we
it
doing
is.
that?
I didn't even know that was happening, to be honest. So that's
Joel,
on
will
me.
you text me the info?
He's the guy who emceed Squat Up, right?
Yeah.
And what does he do? What's his meetup? What does he do?
I think it's all circulating around social media, like building your brand type of thing.
That's right. Didn't Kevin Cho speak at his something or other a couple weeks ago?
That was like a month ago. So I think a month ago.
And you guys went to that, right?
Yeah, I went to it. It was cool. It was just for like that day for a few hours.
Mhm.
And he presented for an hour. Yeah. Myron, did you want to chat about a topic that we were talking about or not? Save that for another day.
How much longer do we want to stay on here?
What's the topic?
Myron's like, I don't know if I have the attention span for this right now.
It'd probably be another at least 30 minutes. But I want to get this answer. Carly, did you add any more rigs to your fleet?
You know how they say creative finance is like real estate's like a roller coaster. One just fell through. It was one. It was such a cool idea. It was in Pennsylvania, and these two gators, I don't know if you guys know them. They're from London, United Kingdom. They were going to go pick it up and drive it to community camp and have like little gator and sub 2 community meetups along the way.
Whoa.
And then the seller's like, we got everything going. The seller was like, I paid Mike and to TC, which isn't cheap. And then they sent over the documents, and then the lawyer came back and was like, can you just send me the document? I'm just going to edit it. Just edit some things that I want. And we're like, no, you can redline it. And then they're like, came back 2 days later and was like, we're not doing this. And it fell out. So no, I almost did, but they're all out right now. They're all out on an adventure. The ones that I do have.
Sorry, look at Jerry's question.
Jerry, no, Jerry. I am not. I never wear my wedding ring because I'm not a jewelry person. So I probably should.
Good job, Jerry.
Nothing's going on. We're completely fine. I don't wear any jewelry ever.
Now we're moving.
I told my husband to buy me real estate instead of an engagement ring, and he didn't listen.
Oh, and
Jerry,
use that
all those women like Carly are in sub 2. Okay, so you just join sub 2, and then you'll find maybe not like exactly like Carly, but
there's not another Carly. Sorry.
Yeah, she's the freaking ray of sunshine. Yeah,
Myron's about to drop his affiliate link right here.
Yeah.
No.
Drop your affiliate link. Do you have one? Myron should have one.
I'm changing the topic is really what I'm doing. So,
but she has a really good counterpart, Carl. So if you're interested in Carl
is available, I heard. Anyways, Carolyn and I were talking. I was asking some questions because I had this guy, abrupt change in topic. This guy reached out to me and he goes, hey man, I saw that you did like a new contract generator thing. Can you send it to me for free? I go, no, I'm not going to do that. He's like, well, send it to me. It's not working, like not with no script. Just send me like the spreadsheet because I know how to script it myself. I know how to do the scripting myself. I'm like, okay. I got emotional. I'm like, do you want me to drive to your house so you can just slap me on the face too? Is that like, what is this, dude?
Are my pants down? What's going
Yeah.
on?
Like,
Where is your
right.
common sense?
So what I said was that and no. And he's like, well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to like just copy it and I'm going to give it away to everybody for free.
Who is this extortionist?
It's nobody. It just really got me thinking. I'm like, this is he was battling me because I was like, dude, this is, I don't know if you understand, but this is how I raise my family. This is how I provide. Right? He's like, it's a calculator, dude. How's this? I'm like, well, multiple streams of income. Okay. Like I do wholesaling, I do this, I do that, blah, blah, blah. He's like, you and I are just on different wavelengths, man, because whatever I build, I just give it away for free because a lot of people are struggling, trying to learn. And so I give it away for free. And I was like, man, this is a pretty good lesson. Because if you get something for free, like for instance, if you didn't have to pay for the market takeover tool, LOI blaster tool, or anything like that, like, would you actually use it? Or if you dropped $700 a year, $900 a year, would you then use it? Right. So the topic that Carolyn and I were talking about is like the idea of abundance and the idea of scarcity. So if you want to look for something for free, the energy that you're trying to put out there is like, I want this for free. And I was like, Carolyn, we're thinking about building out a Podio. Okay, so next thing. We're thinking about building out Podio. It's like results driven stuff. Okay. And I was like, I could probably figure out how to just get that build out for free. Right. And I'm like, but would the results be different? This is a pretty ethereal question, I think, but would the results be different if we got it for free? Because I just, found it, or paid someone to build it out. Okay. So like, if you pay for something, does that help the energy of the universe return what you're giving it? Carolyn, am I asking this correctly?
Yes, I think so. I'm waiting for you to finish your thought.
Okay, cool. Thanks. So I was asking Carolyn, I'm like, that guy put me for a spin because I was really emotional about it. And he's asking me, to give him stuff for free. I'm like, his mind is he's such a low vibration that that's all he's going to do. He's going to think like the next thing he gets for free is the thing that's going to turn around and make him $1 million. Right. But like when you pay somebody for their service or you put that energy back into the mix, that will come back to you. Right. And I go, Carolyn, is this a hack? Like if I go pay for Podio, will it like blossom? Right. And so that was my question I posed to her today. And Carolyn answered. Luckily, we have her here.
Yeah, I was going to say, I want to hear what Carolyn has to say about this.
So I don't think it's like, this is my personal view. I don't think it's like a hack to figure out in that sense. I think you can't go figure out the universe or like try to sway or control what the universe is going to do for you. But you can show up with a well-intentioned energy and abundance energy and know that like the analogy I gave him was when you hold the door for someone, do you hold the door to receive a thank you?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you hold the door to be kind and like do it because you're a good-hearted person? Because you can, because you want to think about someone else. The thank you, yeah, sure, it's polite. but it doesn't always happen. You can't control it. And it's like a cherry on top. Like, okay, they recognized it, right? So relating back to this, like, oh, if I go pay for Podio, I'm going to receive like 10x my money from this build out or whatever that is. It's like, if you're going into it with the expectation that you should be, keyword should be,
Receiving
versus
something.
like, right, when that's, I don't think that's the intention and energy you need to I don't think that, who the hell is this dude? I don't think this is the energy that you need to bring into this. If you're coming into it as like, I am able to give, I am able to pay for something, pay someone else for their service and their time because I value it, and that is going to come back to me. Just knowing that. Right? Wow.
So that analogy you just said about holding the door open, I think you'll know the answer of what their expectations are based on the reaction to it. So if you don't have a reaction to
Exactly.
somebody not doing something, then there's your answer. You don't expect anything. So Myron, you putting this out, and let's say it doesn't succeed, your reaction is the answer you're looking for.
Yeah. Yes.
Exactly.
I'm like, she's like, okay, so if you buy this Podio and you pay money for it and you go, okay, like you figured it out. Okay, dude, it's that's not you can't steer. You're not steering. Okay, got it. Then I went one more step. So you're right, Jose, you're absolutely right. I went one more step. I go, you know what was so interesting was like I would get some kind of order on REI Reply or something like that. And, you know, maybe get 2 of them. One time I made like $3,000 in a weekend, just REI Reply build out stuff. I'm like, I made like a couple $1,000. And then the next day or the next day after that, some shit would happen where it cost exactly what we just got. Like it'd be $3,000 cost. Like exactly the freaking dollar amount. I'm like, oh. So I go like this and go like this and go like this and go like this. And it was always just keeping at this level. As like it would come when I needed it. The money would come in literally when actually be just a little bit too late, but I'd get the money. This thing would come in. I need this money today, but Stripe takes another day to deposit it. Like,
Yeah.
So it was stressful.
Yeah.
But like, then it ticked on me. It dawned on me while we were talking. I was like, you know what? That whoever's building out Podio might need that order. You know what I mean? So like, if I'm able to return the blessing by, hey, I need that Podio build out, and they're like, fuck yeah, my car tire just went flat, and I'm able to buy that. You know what I mean? Or whatever is happening in their life, and just like that thing can circle back around. Right. So
yeah,
that's where I finally got to like, okay, we can't just buy shit and go, oh, I spent $5,000 on my Podio build out. I'm expecting 10x on everything. Every dollar I spend is 10x. That's just how it has to be. Right. So, and she was like, Myron, like set your intentions. Okay. It's like more about setting intentions. Like, oh, when I go to the store today, I'm going to get a front row parking and I'm going to get a free coffee and blah, blah, blah. Like setting intentions for what you're doing, not expectations, but just like, this is what's going to happen and not hurting another person or taking from someone. It's, you know, just what's going to happen to me in my life.
In order to be good at receiving, you need to be good at giving. You know.
But where do you draw the line between manifestation and not greed, but like expectations.
Have you guys read the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill? It's
A
such a
long
good
time
book.
ago.
It's all about this. It's all being like this was by Dale Carnegie. I can't ever say his name. And Tesla. It's the 3-6-9 method. It's like you say it over and over again, just like you're saying. Like you set the intention. I'm gonna get a free coffee in a parking spot. You say it out loud. You write it down. You feel it. You embody it. This is all the woo. But you do it 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the night, 9 times before you go to bed, and it's weird. It's science, but it's like you speak to your subconscious and it just happens with you just have unwavering faith. So I know what you're saying. I really suggest you guys read that book. It's all the stuff, but it's kind of like he gives you the step by step, and it's wild how it's just like it happens. So it's the intention behind it and why you write down what you want, by when, what you intend to give for that. And you get very specific for it. So I think it's also what Carolyn was saying, like the intention behind it, or set the intention, but like your intentions have to be coming from such a strong, good place. Like you're doing this for the greater good. You're going to help people. So I think
I think it's interesting that someone was getting upset with you for not wanting to give something for free that they didn't build. Right? It's not their baby. It's not something that they worked hard to create, and they just expect you to give it to someone else for free. What level of entitlement is there with that? They didn't build it, so they don't have the emotional attachment behind it, right? They don't have the hard work behind it. I mean, even think about like when we were kids, when our parents just gave us something, or when you give your kids something, how much care do they give it when they have it, versus when they go earn something, or they go work for something, or they accomplish something? How much more value does that have for them? Right? I mean, how many people, were given a car versus had to go work for their first car and then continue to pay for it? And you look at the end of that time that they have the car, did they take really good care of it, or did they run it into the ground? Right? So I think it says a lot about that person trying to make you feel bad, giving something up that you built, that they had no control over, which is wrong.
And I think the value that the LOI blaster provides is way more than what you're charging for it anyway.
I do too.
Yeah,
like way more. So I think that even though this is something that people are having to pay for, I think people should be paying a whole lot more for it, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Why do people think you're paying even for the system itself? Like, yeah, the coding is a thing and it took you time, but mostly what they're doing is paying for your support and like the walkthrough of the whole thing. Oh, wow. Sexy guy. This guy's on a roll.
Man.
Gerber has no holds barred.
But I think that's also, you mentioned that he just gives away things because people are struggling. It's not like any of us have never struggled, right? We've never had issues. We've always had things handed to us.
I really think when he said that, that's purely just a projection of him in that moment. Like, he is struggling and he needs free to make things move 1%, right? Yeah. Like, that is his energy. And he's like, this is the world that I live in. I need something. Everyone else needs something. And if why shouldn't we be able to get this for free?
I feel that. I do.
It's such an entitled, like you said, low vibe place to come from.
It is, but it's also the very lack of awareness, lack of self-awareness. Like, this is them in their journey, like live. We're getting a glimpse of where their mind is at live when they make comments like that, when people show up like that. And yes, some of it can be they are kind of aware and they're just really entitled jerks, or they're just completely not aware of how they're showing up in life, and this is like the replay button that they've just been going through their entire life, and with their family or whatever it is. We all come with our own
Yeah.
baggage of stuff, but
And you know, it's almost like when you have those thoughts, because I've had that. I'm like, man, I wish we could just get this. Everyone should have this kind of thing. Right? You think that to yourself every now and then, but at the same time, if everyone got that, would it solve the problem? Right? And when someone's thinking through that tiny straw, they're like, I just need this, I need this, I need this. And that's what's going to get me to, you know, whatever it is I'm trying to fight for, right? Whatever goal I'm trying to get to. But yet when they're looking through the straw, they don't see everything else around them that they could use as a resource, right? It's the same thing with people that are coming into Sub 2 or any other real estate group, and they're looking for help. They don't know where to start, and they want all of these things, right? But they don't pay attention to what they need because they just don't know. And so is it our responsibility to put out our hand and say, hey, come here, I'll show you the way? Yes. But it's not our responsibility to just give everything away, because there has to be some work done so that it sticks with them. It's that effort that they have to put in order for them to remember, okay, this is how I did that. When you do something, it stays with you. When you watch something, it's very easily something that just kind of passes by, right? So I think there's a delicate balance with people that have that low vibe is, okay, is it because they don't have the drive and they don't want the drive to get there? Or is it that they have this sense of entitlement and I want everything? So I don't know. That's kind of how I feel about that.
You know, I think what bugs me a lot about this whole idea of, you know, either giving things away for free or entitlement to wanting things for free. We see a lot of this from Sub 2 compared to other investors, for example, right? It's this idea of why should you guys, you know, be compensated higher than other people, or whatever that version of that is, right? It's sort of like the old story of that the mechanic on the ship comes over, right? And he fixes, or you know, they're struggling for a while to fix the ship. This guy comes over, an old guy with a hammer, and he's there for 10 minutes, ends up, you know, banging on one thing, and he charged $10,000 for the repair. And the guy goes, well, why was it so expensive? And he goes, well, shoot, I've been working 40 years to figure out where to bang with my hammer on the ship, right? And so, you know, we've worked really hard to get to the point where we're able to provide value that maybe others who haven't worked as hard don't have, right? So Myron, in this sense, is he's learned how to code it. He's learned how to sell it. He's learned how to provide value in a Google Sheet that other people have not. You know, why should someone else get that for free? Especially at the value that Myron's provided in that, you know?
Yeah. And I think that we always, whether in one way or another, we're always talking about this, like something like this. It always comes back to the same thing. People will be like, oh, well, Pace says that the community is here to give. So I'm entitled to your giving and your time. And it's such a reoccurring theme with all of us. It's just like, I get why people get frustrated.
Yeah.
Did the Brileys have a sidebar?
Yeah, what happened?
our internet went out.
That's what's happening to me.
It
Or
takes about 30 seconds.
sexy ball man cut our internet. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Did he come back?
Gary.
Don't know.
He's the guy that wants this thing for free. He's just trolling you
That
now.
would be funny.
Now he's just trolling you. Yeah,
That would be funny.
that's hilarious. So what did you end up saying to him? Because how did it end? Because I feel like
I didn't close the loop, did I?
no, I want to know what happened. What happened to him?
I'm like, no, dude, I'm not giving you anything. And he goes, well, I'm just going to figure out how to make it, and I'm going to give it away for free. And this was in, it's okay to say this, right? It was in Rob's group.
Yeah.
Rob
Rob Abslow.
Oh, I was yeah.
Yeah, I was solo. It was in that group, and I linked him into the conversation. I'm like, hey, bro, this guy is saying that he's gonna like steal my stuff, steal my products, and give it away for free. Can you make sure that that doesn't happen? And I did light him up. I mean, I didn't light him up. I was like, not gonna take this lying down. I'm like, dude, what is like? You're not gonna steal my stuff and try to rip me off, and you know, it's hurting my business. And Rob came in. He's able to read all of the messages, you know, before he got there, and he's like, "You guys are, you know, Myron, you came in pretty hot, but this other guy, he's like, you never talked to Myron before, and the first thing you do is ask him for something he sells for free. Okay, you came off like a little bit too much at first, like."
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, brownie points, like score some points with the guy. Like, what are you giving? So Rob came in and I'm like, dude, I'm fine. I'm not going to sit here and let people, you know, try to hurt me in this way. So I let it go. So I brought Rob into it. I'm like, bro, don't let this guy hurt my business. That was it. And then I ended the conversation.
But it's so interesting that he goes, I'm just going to go figure this out and sell it for free. I'm like, oh, so you're going to go put effort into something and work into something and then give it away for free. You have the absolute right to do whatever you want with something that you create. But to expect somebody else to give them or to give you their product and then to give it away for free, like what sense does that make?
Yeah.
But again, it goes back to the work versus the effort. If you put effort into something and work into something and you create a product, then go do with what you will. Now, I'm not saying you should go create your exact product, Myron. That would be completely wrong. But anything that he decides that he wants to give away for free, that's on him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But he can't have that
Why
same
announce it?
expectation for everybody else.
I think he was doing that because I wasn't nice. He's like, hey,
Yeah.
I just want the sheet. I don't want the script. Just can you give me the sheet? I'm like, no, get the hell out of here.
Absolutely.
I could. And Carolyn's like, Myron, you could have probably handled that a little better. I'm like, yeah, but I didn't want to. Right. I wanted to go like,
F him.
It's the
Right,
principle
like-
of the thing. Yeah.
but she said something that was a little bit more smarter than me. She's like, you have a brand and you're always representing your brand, even when someone is acting like that. And I'm like, damn it. You know, when stuff like that happens, it's always a teaching moment. How could I have taught better? How could I have taught him? Because he's running at this level. How could I have helped him maybe run 20% better?
What's stopping you from doing it now? Why can't you maybe get on a live and talk with him? Hey, I can't give this away for free, but what do you think the people that you know need help with that we can create together?
Yes.
And then charge him for it.
And then charge. Yeah, no.
I'm getting my money.
But
Send an
there's
invoice.
other ways to kind of diffuse that, right?
Yeah.
And create something out of it, which will help both of your brands.
Yes, there's always lessons. And I don't know, what did I say? I said something, I don't know who said this. I think this was at our mastermind like 2 years ago. Someone said, be unbothered.
Mm-hmm.
Be unbothered. Like someone's trying to mess with you, be unbothered. It's so hard. It's so hard for us to not put our emotions into it because we've been bothered to get where we are. And it took a lot of challenges and going through the mud to be where we are. So it does, like Myron, like he got emotional in that. Like, absolutely, I would too. I would be like, excuse me, bro, like let's have a in-person altercation.
His name's
right
Jerry.
now.
Jerry.
Jerry.
Jer Bear.
Jared.
Can we make that a thing?
Winter is gonna catch a splinter. Anyway,
It's
but
so
I'm saying, like, be unbothered. Like, in those moments, you have an opportunity to rise above as much as you probably don't want to. And I'm not saying you, Myron. I'm saying, like, all of us.
No,
I know I've been in situations where, like, no, let's go. Like, I'm ready. Where I could be much more ahead of the game and not even want to stoop to that. But when we catch ourselves stooping to that, what is that? It's only perpetuating the same energy out. Like, he has officially successfully bothered you.
he wins.
He
Mm.
wins.
He totally won.
Yeah.
100%.
Ugh.
It ruined my day.
He stole hours of your day,
Yes.
your energy, your mood.
Yes.
Everything. I mean, now we're having a constructive, like, progressive conversation about it. But in the moment, you were like, no, the claws are out, right? Like, but I'm just saying it's always a challenge to be unbothered in the moment. But as much as we can be, we'll be able to
It's hard.
learn.
It's really hard to stay
Mhm.
unbothered.
But you can take that back, Myron, by turning that into a positive. You can get the power back.
Yeah. Yes, I can. I will. I think that's really smart, Don. I can not let that just sit there. I can go back to him and say, "Hey, man, let's do a Zoom. Let's do a YouTube together. Let's do something together." And
Mike.
yeah, be like Elsa and let it go.
Alex always plays that song for me when I need to let it go because I am the Myron in our relationship and Alex is the Carolyn, where he's like, let's talk about this. Let's not immediately get back and be like, you dude, let's go fight. So Alex always
Don't
plays.
get me wrong.
You will. You will. I know you will.
I will stand in front of Myron and fight. But
you will. You definitely will.
Really, should we though?
Yes.
That was really hard being your own Carolyn. I have the fight of Myron in me, and my second voice in my head internally is like, Jose, you react, you fail. You can protect yourself in different ways.
It's like 10-second pause. What do I do?
Breathe.
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 It's always so hard though, because sometimes you just want to be able to break, like just have that moment because you never have the moment.
Release.
But you know that if you do have that, you're going to feel 100 times worse. You know, so you have to find that constructive release somewhere.
Yeah, I need to sign up for like kickboxing or something.
You know what I do is I put all of everything I'd want to say to him and like go F yourself, like unfiltered, and then I put it into Chat GPT and I'm like, say this spicy nice. Be professional yet firm.
Nice.
That's what I did with the last night. I just had to go to bed with this realtor that has been dragging me on for 2 months. I'm like, finally got the contract out, and he's like, well, I don't know, we'll see. And
I'm just gonna buy Carly a punching bag to keep in her office.
Poor Dawn. She always gets the unfiltered version of me on that voice text.
No, I love it. I freaking love it. Or I'm gonna get her something that she can put under her desk to kick, so that way no one can see her go anywhere.
What about one of those like clown balloon or the inflatable clowns you hear?
Yes,
dude, that thing would be flat in 1 day.
You know they actually have desk punching bags. Did you know that?
Did not.
Yeah,
I need one.
It's like something that just attaches to the desk itself and it hangs. It's funny.
Oh, like okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Get one of those things that you squeeze for your desk. Just get better grip. You could squeeze
Yeah,
those hard.
like a
Oh, like
stress ball.
the hand trainer things,
The
like
hand trainer, not the stress ball, but the other one. It's even harder.
yeah, the grips.
The like,
Mm.
Yeah.
The clamps, that thing.
Yeah. I think that was a really good question. I think it's something that we all kind of struggle with on a daily basis in some way or another. It's good to have like little checks from our friends and from ourselves to kind of figure out, okay, how should I have responded?
Yeah.
always room for
It's so
improvement.
hard though.
Yeah.
Carly's
Oh, man.
thinking,
Man.
I'm getting worked up for you, Myron. I need
You
to go
don't
work
need to
out
do
or
it.
something because this happens. So it triggers me. I think it's like I shouldn't put this out in public because people will know it. Like it just triggers me when people are like, waste your time or come at you entitled or like, give me this for free. Well, just wait for it to, I'll just steal it anyways. Like that just lights me up.
We can't go
Or-
any deeper than that.
I think, Carly, you have your personality is so like approachable. I
Yeah.
think people are just like, oh, Carly will help. And even me, I'd be like,
You too, though. I think you're approachable.
Mine's
I think
very
you're the same.
approachable.
You're very, and I think they mistake our kindness for weakness also.
yeah,
Mhm.
And then you poke us, and then we're like, let's go.
nope,
And then they go, how dare you have that reaction?
exactly.
It's like you're Carly. You're not supposed to react like that. It's like the one time out of the 100 other times that I didn't react that way, it's the one time that I'm actually entitled to have this reaction, and then I get blamed for having the reaction.
Now I know Carly's true colors. Now I know
You
Myron's
guys all
true
know I am
colors.
not all rainbows and sunshine like everybody
It's a
thinks I
freaking
am.
thunderstorm, actually.
I can be a thunderstorm if you push me, or you take advantage of someone, or you.
Yes.
It just is
Yes.
such a strong value of mine that you are respectful and you're kind and you don't take advantage and don't mistake kindness for weakness. I think it just.
Yeah.
It
And we're also
sucks.
human. There's the other thing. If someone always points out, hey, you didn't get back to me, or hey, you didn't send this to me, and in their expectation of time, right?
Yeah.
Not my expectation of time, theirs. And so I get upset with that because one, I feel bad, and two, I'm like, I didn't have a chance. I'm like, oh, but you had this much time. I'm like,
Yes.
I really didn't have this much time, but to you, I know that I did. And I think it was Elena. She pointed out to me, she goes, Are you mad that they pointed it out to you? Or are you mad that it happened? I'm like, oh,
Lena with her good questions.
every time. I'm like, why do you have to karate chop me in the middle of this? Like, could you have like waited 10 minutes for that? But she was right. I was more upset that they pointed it out, that that's a flaw that I
Mhm.
have in communication. And it bothers me. So sometimes before I have this reaction or whatever reaction it may be, I'm like, am I mad that they pointed it out, or am I mad that it happened? I'm like, God dang it. So
Why?
That's good.
yeah.
Lesson of the day: don't be Tommy Pickles.
No,
Tommy Pickles.
I love me some Rugrats.
I know, now I want to go back and watch that.
I'm giving out free $100 to
I love Daniel.
Touche, Daniel. Touche.
Daniel, touche.
There you go. Touche to you.
Not
That was
everybody
pretty
can see
good.
it. Nice.
I love it.
Well, guys, I hope you guys have a great weekend.
Yes.
Carly, if you do any Chat GPT spicy stuff, can you just send me the screenshot of what it is? I just want to read it.
I was up late last night on
Yes.
ChatGPT.
I love ChatGPT. Me and ChatGPT are
I'm
like,
like,
this.
Be nice.
But
Like
spicy.
I put like, what the F is wrong with you? And it will be like the most like unfiltered stuff. And it goes, may I bring to your, it's very nice. And like, I hope this message finds you well.
Yeah.
Not really.
No.
Not really.
I hope this message finds you unwell. for the rest of the week.
In hell.
Carly just needs a translator, right? Okay, how do you say F you in the email without saying that? Oh, you say it this way.
That's yeah. You say it professionally, but you do get your point across while still being like you can let it out, and then you have Chat GPT make it spicy.
Yeah, they're
nice.
fun. A fun space.
Well, I think follow-ups to these masterminds, you guys should pull some people on, like pull a newbie on or pull someone up and like break down business stuff with them, or I don't know,
Yeah.
That would be good.
volunteer.
Who's going to
That'd be fun.
volunteer as tribute?
Yeah,
We all will.
get some. I mean, yeah, like
Yeah.
all of us be on here, but like pour into
I mean,
them.
the other person. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I vote Daniel so he can give us pension lessons.
yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Love it.
All right, guys. Get
Appreciate
out
it,
here. Go
guys.
enjoy your weekends.
Bye.
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 Bye bye, everybody.